Welcome, everybody, to Campaigns and Concoctions, where I forgot to think of something that is very alliterative, so we're going to be a bunch of dumb drunkards who like to drink and play TTRPGs. Yay. Yeah. It fits, but, like, I'm a bit of an idiot, so I was planning too much other stuff. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us on this adventure of cooperative storytelling. For those of you who can't tell, yes, we have a lot of fucking green on. That's because we were recording today on St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Solancha to happy everything. Yay, druids, snakes, gons, whatever. What was it? If St. Patrick sees his shadow, it's 6 more weeks of snakes?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 more weeks of snakes.
It's science. So thank you, everyone.
Celebrating stabbing a dictator day.
That's right.
that happened this week too. Thank you again, as always. I'm very excited as always. Thank you for those of you who are watching on our fairly new YouTube channel. Now, if you are watching, you will now be able to click the links below. Click point.
Yeah, it now matters.
They are now in the pinned comment below in YouTube, so they will be all of our links below. If you are listening on the pod, you can't see the point, but please click in the link below in the story notes, and there you will find all of our links to the Instagram, the Discord, all that stuff. Also, if you are not a Discord member, highly recommend you getting into the Discord fairly soon. There's some things brewing for episode 50, which is coming up. So please get into the Discord server, so that way you can be an active participant. You can see all the drinks. You can get all the builds. You can talk to us. We can talk about D&D. We've had a lot of D&D talk. We've had a lot of cocktail talk. So please join the Discord server. It has been very much bumping lately. Thank you to everyone who is on the Discord server. We really appreciate you, except for Matt's brother. I just wanted to
I love how, I was like, Aaron, get in the Discord, and he's just been like meme lording it up, and I'm like, oh, I don't get just sent D&D memes anymore. Right, that was my source of D&D memes, and I played myself by getting into the Discord. And now I'm like, oh, I don't have any content to add here, guys.
It was awesome.
It was all coming from him.
That's so good.
That was too funny.
Now you're just the source of Star Trek memes.
Right.
Yes. So thank you again, everyone. So before we get to what we're drinking, does anyone have anyone to thank? Blah 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 blah.
Public-ish reminder for myself to restructure the Discord so I don't have to keep changing people's roles. I just need to sit down and learn how to do it and make sure that happens. So when you get into the Discord, you can immediately start talking and not wait for my ass to find you.
Sounds perfect. Nate, I will talk to you offline because I have some stuff now. So we'll get that
on the Discord, right?
Good as fuck.
Cool. Yeah. Anything else, my people?
A quick shout out to Talnua Distillery, local distillery. One of the cocktails I made tonight is using their whiskey-based coffee liqueur, which is absolutely delightful. They're an Irish-style distillery, so they do pretty much like all Irish-style whiskeys. They do some like single malts and stuff like that as well, but awesome local distillery. I think technically Arvada. But yeah, just a hair north of Denver here.
Awesome. So what are we drinking?
Go for it.
Okay. I made what is called the Rut-Row or the Rut-Row Rhubarbaro. It's
We're giving that.
Yeah.
the Rut-Row Rhubarbaro has 2 ounces of the wheat whiskey, and it has 3/4 of an ounce of Rhubarbaro, 1/2 ounce of Velvet Falernum, an egg yolk, making it a flip, and then I added some mole bitters. Shook the shit out of that, and then I topped it with some Luxardo cherry whipped cream. And Nate shaved some chocolate curls onto the top of it too, and it was very pretty. And then I mixed it all up, and it tastes wonderful.
Yep.
Now it looks like mud, and it's wonderful.
And it's delicious. Yes, it is delicious.
Looks like the unnamed dog that it sounds like.
That's right. Yes. You want to?
That's how you're sued for copyright.
No. So I made the drinks that I put up on the St. Patty's Day specials at the restaurant I work at. So the first one we kind of had last time, but it wasn't quite done yet. It's called Magically Delicious. It is a clarified milk punch using Lucky Charms infused milk, Drumshambo Irish gin, and then a bunch of shit. And it's a long process. So I'll put the whole thing up in Discord later so you can check it out. The second one I called a proper Irish breakfast. And it's literally just an Irish coffee as a martini. So 2 ounces of Jameson. And it's supposed to, we didn't brew coffee for it tonight, but it's supposed to have an ounce of coffee, half an ounce of the Talnua coffee liqueur, and half an ounce of Irish cream. We used St.
Brennan's
tonight, but I've used Bailey's before as well. Super tasty. Shake the ever-loving shit out of it because otherwise it'll curdle. Yeah, very tasty. And then the last one is the San Patricio, which is a spicy whiskey margarita. So that's 2 ounces of Jameson, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, half an ounce of Cointreau, and half an ounce of Serrano agave syrup. Also shaken, just dirty dump, or you can put it over a large cube and single strain it. I like it with a tahini rim and then a lemon wheel for the garnish. And named after the San Patricios Battalion, who fought in the Mexican-American War on the side of Mexico after being press-ganged into the U.S. military. A bunch of Irishmen came to the U.S. They were press-ganged into the U.S. military as soon as they got here and sent to fight against Mexico. And when they got there, they were like, wait a second, we just left a bunch of Protestants trying to kill a bunch of Catholics. Why are we helping Protestants try to kill Catholics again? And again on their own land. So they switched sides. The Mexican army named them the San Patricio Battalion.
A little dose of history with your cocktails today.
Good name. I thought it was just named after my character.
No. It's a nice coincidence, though.
It was nice.
All right. Anything else there?
Just up the raw.
I'll probably need to drink that at some point today.
You better.
Mm-hmm.
As usual, I have the most complicated drink.
Yes. 3
It
parts.
is- yeah, 3 parts. Glass, air, and green spot.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm right there with you.
Very, very tasty cocktail. Big fan.
A healthy glug is the official measurement of green spot over a round ice cube.
Damn right. Damn right.
So awesome. With that being said, unless there's anything else, all right. Well, the last time that we gathered, the party still continued to have conversations about the implications and the things that have happened, eventually leading to the doorway of the manager. That's essentially where we have left off. The tiefling secretary has clicked the button under her desk. The door is sliding open. I know it's a quick recap, but like there was so much weirdness, and it's just like little details. Go listen to the last episode. And the door opens. You hear as the 6 of you are walking through. And at this point, I think the last time SOA was not with the majority of the group. Was it SOA? There were so many people who have missed.
Yeah, SOA was not. Yeah.
At this point, SOA has rejoined the group because there was the note that was sent, and this is about 10:30 in the morning. The 6 of you are walking through, and as you look in, you see because the way that the manager's office sits, the glass behind him looks out into the lagoon. So the sun is actually setting from the other, or rising from the other side. But you get these, as you look out, these really exceedingly dark shadows that lay across the hill-hazy lagoon. And the kind of edges of the pink and orange sunrise kind of on the far edges of your sight, as the darkness is still there, but kind of not, and it's even at this late in the morning, it's just a kind of a weird thing. Things are sitting a little weird. But you also see the manager in his all white visage, black eyes, exceedingly sharp vampirish teeth, and there's actually someone in the office. You see, if I could get everyone to make a quick perception check for me. Let's start off early.
Passive is active for this?
Nope. We're just going to do dice rolls on this one.
Okay.
Will do.
What was I distracted by?
Oh, hey, look, it's the same thing.
Yeah, mine's almost the same.
Mine's not.
Started there. Okay. 19 for Sark.
Okay.
30-20 for Patrice.
Okay.
10 for Sid.
Okay.
13 for SOA.
Okay.
16 for Scald.
Okay.
And as per tradition, L has a grand total of 6.
Nice.
So
Not enough.
Skjald, Sark, and Patrice. Everyone else is somewhat sidetracked. L is just doing his thing. Like he's got some sort of trinket in his hand as he is fucking around with it and whatever, right? There's something that he has been working on. For you, Sid, you notice that as you walk in, you have kind of noticed it before, but along the back wall where you were entering, you'll notice there's plinths that have things on it. Right. And you notice something that looks kind of like just like, I think the best way to describe it would be just kind of some steampunk. I can't remember the name of that device. That one of those devices that just does nothing. You know, there's a name. It's an art piece. What is it?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It'll come to me in an hour and a half.
Yeah. After we're done recording, right?
Yeah.
So you watch it as it just is.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Is turning and twisting, and you can't. It's just caught your attention. And for you, SOA, you've just been. There hasn't been, I don't think, a time in your life that has been this long without being away from the sea. So you are actually distracted by the massive expanse of the Hilhazy Lagoon. Even though it's not an ocean, it's not that big. It's still something that it just it reminds you of how far you have come and how far away you are from home. So the rest of you, so the three of you do see a what looks like an elven-ish man, and he's wearing what appears to be like a 1920s-esque suit. And he's talking with the manager in a fairly similar accent to that of Captain McKenzie. And he reaches across and he drops a piece of paper on the manager's desk. And he turns around and he greets you, goes, "Oh, hey, y'all. Sorry, I'm so sorry for the amount of time that I have overstepped my bounds. But hey, it's good to meet some new faces and some new friends. Oh, my name is D.L. Walker. You all can call me Dickie, though. How are y'all?"
Dickie Walker?
Dickie Walker. Yeah, that is correct.
True pleasure to meet you.
It is a very good pleasure. May I ask you, because I'm kind of on an information gathering quest at the moment, where have you all been within the last couple of weeks?
Information gathering quest for whom?
Well, I am currently working for my sisters, the Walker sisters. They are out in Hillsboro, out near the Dick Expanse. They have a special space there, but I'm out heading out towards a town called Requiem, where I am going to be assisting a poor, troubled group of people who have found themselves in a bunch of legal quandaries. And so it's my job to go out there and help the people that need the help.
Oh, you're just a really helpful guy.
I try to be. How about you? Y'all try to be some helpful people?
We are very helpful. What is it that you're helping them with?
Well, I'm going to try and extricate them from these legal quandaries that they find themselves in. I'm not quite sure. I've never been out that far.
What are the legal quandaries they find themselves in?
I don't know. I haven't been there. That's why I'm trying to figure this whole thing out. All I know is that there are 4 people who seem to have found themselves under something called the Rock that I don't fully understand, and I'm just trying to meet some people who've ever been there before.
Is there any indication that the Rock would be a reference to the floating prison we're looking for?
Ooh, good question. Go ahead and roll a history check.
You're not going to stay on there. Fine.
Beauteous.
That's a 19.
So you're fairly certain, like 98% certain, that it is not a reference to I forgot the name of it. The prison, the floating prison.
Too, but I was like, maybe.
Is there any chance that they're being sat upon by Dwayne Johnson? Did I roll?
Roll
Roll for Johnson.
Throw.
Natural one! Yay! Drink, motherfucker, drink, motherfucker, drink!
Look, he gets to punish himself for that.
That's right, that's right.
Let me see. Let's see how bad this is, because it's going to be a random psychic damage dice that you take.
2 sprays, John. Two sprays.
Those are 20s. I can't roll a 20. You're lucky. But you are going to take 4 points of psychic damage for that.
Nice.
That seems
It does seem
worth it, I bet, though.
Oh, totally worth it.
The other
I have zero regrets.
in real life because he sprayed my heart.
Yeah, I did take 4 hit points of psychic damage just now.
I feel dumber already.
Yeah. It's a good thing I have a high constitution in real life, too. Dwarvish constitution, one might say.
I was high as fuck when I wrote that Constitution.
Right?
I was just going to look up from whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Go, can't help you. Go back to it.
Dickie, sorry, I was a bit distracted by that device over there. What was the name of this city you were looking at?
The city itself is called Requiem. And he kind of takes a deep look at you, Sid. And says, you seem to be from kind of around my way. You don't happen to be from Crypsis, do you?
Yes, I am indeed.
Oh, that is excellent. Well, the next time you happen to be around home, feel free to stop by Hillsborough. It may be.
Are your sisters also from Hillsborough?
Say again?
Are the sisters from Hillsborough your sisters as well?
Well, that just happens to be where they've settled. But I will say sometimes it can be hard to find. Just think nice thoughts, and we'll make sure that you find your way.
I don't know anything about this Hillsburg place. What is the names of the people that you're trying to help?
Well, I don't feel comfortable if you haven't met them or been there. I need to make sure.
You feel real comfortable asking us some extremely personal questions in order to help us.
Well, you're more than welcome to tell me no. I have no qualms about accepting a good, solid no. I have to respect your privacy. Okay, that's fine.
We met them if you don't tell us who they are.
Right.
I'm not looking for information on them. I'm looking for information about the city.
No, never mind. Can I get a read on how the manager is reacting to not only this guy, but the rest of my group?
Sure, go ahead and make an insight check.
That's a 2.
It's a 2.
It feels like it's a 2.
Yeah, that
It's
is.
a
Okay,
2.
it just looks really weird.
It does look.
Yeah, nope, that's a 7. So close to a 20.
The manager. This is actually the hard role to fucking describe. He's not ambivalent, right? So like he's obviously taking an interest in the conversation. I will say he looks somewhat uncomfortable, but you can't tell who that uncomfort is directed towards.
Sark's gonna wander around and stand on the left side of the manager's desk at parade rest
Okay.
and just watch.
Well, if
Mr. Manager, do you know this individual?
Mr. Manager.
who was that was asking that?
Skeld.
Well, Skald, I would have to say that anyone who was doing business with the Walkers would find themselves better if they behaved.
So they are real.
Oh, yes.
Well,
I
I
take
just
it that
barely-
you have heard the stories then, young SOA.
My family's always kept tabs on places and people who were safe for other people to go.
Well, that is nice to know. But if you don't have any information for Mr. Walker, I would let's say our farewells and bid him adieu.
Were you asking specifically if we've been to Requiem?
Well, that was kind of what I was trying to get at. I apologize for my indirectness. I do tend to ramble and sometimes get a little loquacious, sometimes I just start to talk and I just can't even handle myself.
Right?
There's a few of us that get that. Yeah.
Hey, sir, can I touch your hair?
Oh, yeah, go right ahead.
Man, that is just something that is just absolutely spectacular. It is absolutely luxurious. I love it. I am so see what happens is what happens to me. I'm so sorry, but no. Have any of y'all been to a city called Requiem?
Sark is now doubled over laughing at this because I just rolled a natural 1 on that, and is just like dead on the floor laughing.
Mr. Walker, sometimes he hides stuff in his hair. I don't think we've been to a place called Requiem.
Well, that is okay then. Like I said,
There are other places we might have crossed paths with them or we might have been in the same place at a different
probably
time.
not. It is fairly far to the east of where you guys are at. You guys are definitely it's inland for those of you who are fair traveled on the sea.
Gotcha.
It's not something that you would see, or actually I take that back. There is a sea route there, but there is nothing of any trading value. They seem to do, like, you may have actually, anyone who wants to can go ahead and roll a quick history check.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I don't think it's worth.
Well, you wouldn't have, considering that I created this city about 3 weeks ago.
Right, yeah. No, I'm just saying I rolled a 10.
Okay, no,
And,
you
I was already rolling to see if Skeld had ever heard of it. I just don't think he's ever heard of it.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go there if there's no trade value.
19.
Patrice got a 17.
Okay. Anyone else?
I got a 23.
Okay.
This is nowhere near my neck of the woods, right?
No, almost on the other side of the planet.
I mean, it's right there. Okay.
What kind of nation, country, whatever we want, empire is it a part of?
Let me answer their history check first, and then I will answer that.
Yeah.
So for those of you that this is a yes or no, like you either know this or you don't. So that's why it doesn't really matter about the actual dice rolls, just that you hit the DC. Requiem is kind of an isolationist space on the far side of the planet, on the other side of us here where we're at, Tinkermere, the Nicodic Expanse, Haven, all of this stuff. There's only one way that people know how to get there because the other one requires going through the mist, which a lot of ships don't come back from. It is a theocratic state that was founded to be a utopia of the Temple of Light. And depending on who you talk to, it's either a success or it's not. And one of the biggest things is they do have trading ports in the city because there's a massive river that runs through it that does come up to the ocean. But they because they are so isolationist, it's not something that a lot of people have ever been. It's a fairly diverse city. There isn't a lot of there's really no racism. It's mostly classism and religion kind of hate going on. But other than that, you wouldn't know much more than that.
Gotcha.
And then your question.
Why would you sell here, Skeld?
Skeld, the manager answers, and he says, well, it's a space that's run by the wealthy and you watch, it's fairly impressive to watch a man with no fingers make air quotes.
His eye stalks.
That's exactly what I pictured.
He takes 2 eye stalks and they both blink at the same time.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Morgan froze.
Morgan.
Well, from our perspective, Morgan froze.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh,
And this
shit.
is
That cat's
there's more
dead.
of us than him. Until he's back, this is a democracy.
Yay. All the dick jokes. Get them out now, guys.
Get him out now.
All the dick
Once
jokes.
he's back, it's a dictatorship.
Yeah.
But
That's
until
right.
he's back, this is a democracy.
That's where a dick and a potato.
I thought it was an
run
autonomous
things.
collective.
Oh, power. Okay. All right.
Oh no,
First
he lost
break.
power.
Yeah, power blow.
Oh shit!
That's annoying.
Oh,
That sucks.
Yeah.
Thank God this records
Can
to
we
the
stop the
cloud.
recording?
this is OnlyFans, right? We can pull our dicks out.
Yeah, we can play dicks out.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Woo!
That's why I came. That's why I
We're gonna do
showered.
naked
and-
bartending in a minute.
That's
here.
what the glitter was for.
That's
right?
exactly right. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Is that what we should come back with for episode 50? We all play topless.
We're doing.
It's just
We're
glitter
doing-
helicopters.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm doing? Hit
We're doing
workouts for right
the male
This is my
genitalia
comfort
version of the
I have to
jazzle.
do. I have to do this
Yes.
topless next time.
Bottomless. You keep the top on.
What'd you
Yeah,
guys do
keep
for
your top
episode
on.
Nobody wants to
Dick,
see that.
dick,
Yeah.
and edible glitter.
Yes.
Each one of us. Pick your
Yeah,
color.
every single one of us. Yeah.
Turn your head and cough is a whole new meaning.
Yeah. Just a cloud of glitter coming out of it.
Right.
It's been so
No,
hard
it's not
for
your
me
mouth.
not to
Yeah,
make a requiem for a dream comment, and then he said a river runs through it, and I was like, river runs through it. Are
So-
you just gonna name movies?
Yeah.
This is the setting for my other table's next campaign. So he's like, yeah, there's 4 people helping out illegal trouble, and I'm like, those are PCs. That's why I didn't have to inform is
That's
because
exactly what I
those
was
are
thinking.
PCs.
I was like, yep, that is exactly what I'm thinking. It's
That's
going on.
funny.
I was
You
like,
know why he can't answer that question? Because he doesn't know who they are yet.
Right. Yeah.
He doesn't have all their backstories and their
Yeah.
full names and their mom's
Yeah.
maiden name
Because
yet.
I haven't started writing this character yet. I
Exactly.
don't know enough.
I brought
Sorry for the technical difficulties because my dumbass decided to hit a fucking button. So where we left off was the manager was making air quotes with his 2 extra eyeball stalks, and he had said that the city is run by people who are rich and air quotes devout. So that was an answer to your question, Skald. It says, it's from my understanding, I only have recently begun to send my people into that space. If you have the money, it's a wonderful space.
Interesting.
So
In my opinion, rich and devout are diametrically opposed.
I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah, as one of the more devout people in this room right now, it just sounds like a lovely place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, Dickie looks up and goes, well, if there ain't nothing else that y'all got, I want to thank you for your time. I want to apologize for any kind of offense that I have given unintentionally.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
But
I was being
just like
prickly.
this.
Yeah, I'm prickly. All right. I don't like when people ask me questions about myself.
He hasn't had enough to drink yet today. It's early.
It's also very true.
as someone who comes from a space that oftentimes is not as invisible to most, I get it. So I'm going to bid y'all a farewell and adieu, and I hope to see you around the valley sometime.
Dickie, I'll look you up when I head back towards home.
It is much obliged. And he just kind of turns on his heel and walks out. And at that point, the door is shut. And the manager looks at you and says, please make yourself comfortable. I would say that, at least for those of you in my employ, that in the future, if you have any requests given to you by the House of Walker, to please oblige them of no charge.
Understood.
And then he says, my friends, it seems that you have succeeded, at least in returning somewhat unscathed. I believe there was something about a hospital stay for you, young L.
I was mildly scathed.
Mildly, that's fine. It's not the worst that we've had to deal with.
Is it the worst that you've had to deal with?
I wasn't bleeding.
Okay.
Well,
Tree
what
seems like awkwardly motherly about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Now that
Is bleeding the worst thing that normally happens to you, given your Eunice?
Normally, no. Well, normally, yes. It's not the worst thing that's happened.
I generally tend to believe that bleeding is the worst thing that can happen. Anytime a life essence leaves your body, not necessarily something good is coming about. So if you wouldn't mind giving me a brief description of what it is that you found. Oh, yeah, but before I do, as you have returned, I believe there is payment that must be made. And you'll notice that there are 4.
I have never done anything wrong ever.
There are 4 small bags that are sitting there, and they each have the names of the 4 of you who are not in the employ of the manager.
Oh.
It is the right weight for the payment that you were promised.
Uh-huh.
Can I pick it up with Mage Hand?
So what is that, 5 pounds?
Mm.
I think so. 5 pounds of coins would be a lot.
You weren't getting paid that much for it.
Okay.
How much
Yeah.
are we getting paid? I don't.
But I will Mage Hand.
You know what's happening is Matt's trying to pin me down to give the amount that you guys were being paid because Morgan doesn't fucking remember.
None of us knows.
Yeah.
Nobody
No one
knows.
wrote that down.
I don't think
Nobody's gonna know.
Literally,
How would they know?
okay, like in real life 6 months ago. There's no fucking way that anyone knows this
Right.
shit. Come on. All right.
They're gonna know. How would they know?
I've already given you guys a fucking fortune, so what is
Yeah,
it?
I don't even need the money. I just am poor in real life. So if my PC can be rich, that'd be dope.
Yeah. All right.
It's called fantasy roleplay for a reason.
I want to make a living wage as a freelancer, you know?
It'd be wild. It'd be wild.
now that the stranger's gone, Sark is like going through the motions with his left arm again, because that's the one that got replaced.
Okay. Well, and if you wouldn't mind, now that payment has been received, would you please describe to me what it is that the 6 of you encountered?
The compound underneath the fort, a bunch of parts for people, probably people like Sark.
Sark at this
A lot
point
of
takes
weird
his
shit.
jacket off to show the left arm that is the darker material and stuff.
Well, that is an interesting twist. I was not expecting that at all.
There's more new parts in the lab too.
Okay.
Got
Also,
attacked
there were-
by a bunch of people in tubes.
Yeah, there
That
were
seems
mutants.
important.
Things,
Not
people, not people,
They were people?
possibly.
They were people shaped.
That is true.
That is
They're not
intriguing.
people.
Well, I did get a message.
Flammable blood.
Say that
Like
again?
that's flammable blood.
I'd kind of
That's
blocked
new.
that out.
You still have some of that, right?
I'm assuming there's like a bar cart at this point where SOA has kind of like gone over and poured herself a drink. Because she was not happy being down there.
There is a bar cart. You have poured yourself a drink. You have gotten a hard side eye, not only from one of the eye stalks that have followed you, but the main eye of the manager is watching you. But he does not stop you from pouring. And it is a very well appointed bar cart to the point where it is not bottles of things, it is decanters of things, you know. And as you pour out, when you just randomly grab one, it's whiskey that comes out, and you take that first drink of it, and it is spectacular.
That's why I'll take one too.
We also found a room full of these, and he'll
Mage
pull out
hand.
the
Perfect.
definitely not rifle and definitely not pistol that he has,
Okay.
and set them on the manager's desk.
Well, here are your options for these 2 items, young L. You can step away from this adventure and investigation for you to work on this as you will. However, we both know that probably the best option will be to give them to my technology office. And under the guise of our head of that office, we can probably work it a little bit better. But I leave the choice to you.
Don't worry. I grabbed one too. I'll hold on to mine.
Well, that
Yeah,
was
he'll-
just fine then.
As he said, he said, "Yeah, it's probably better to have somebody else look at it and start pulling the rest of them out of his bag of holding and stacking them on the desk."
Yeah.
But not all of them.
But not all of them, yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you would like to share with me?
The power supply for that area is gems in pottery with some kind of fluid in them. Very electrical. Not fun.
Floating pottery.
Yes. The pottery floats. The gems float in the pottery, and then they pulse and send off electricity that is funneled through, I think the cables.
It was funneled through you, L.
And that seemed worse than bleeding. That's why I asked.
It is worse than bleeding.
Okay.
Well, even in my not so insignificant experience, have I run into anything like that. And he watches the center eye just kind of squinches down into a barely slit, and he's obviously thinking, and he says, I did get a message from get to the right note. General O'Mara, and she has told me that she has placed the entrance into this facility under guard, and then she has agreed with you that no one should enter except for under extreme circumstances, which she does not anticipate ever really needing, or until you as a group return. I feel that that's a good sense. She did kind of leave it open in case there was any need for anyone in my employ to go underneath. However, I feel like that may not be the best scenario, and it may only be...
There's a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 dead versions of the Not Me that I don't think anyone should play with.
Well, I will say this, and I will ask your permission, Sark, for this. One thing that we can do is send one of our teams that are skilled in these types of things to ensure that they may never wake, or would that be a little bit too much for you?
Let them rest at this point. I don't think there's much of a chance of them coming back. I'm more concerned about others trying to reuse what's been made.
Well, I will keep one of my personal teams on the standby purely for your word, in case you feel that that is the best option. It seems that there is a lot going on. I currently have no assignments for the two of you, as he looks at Sark and L. And he says, as for the four of you, you have successfully completed my task that I have set for you. I would like to prefer an offer to the four of you. I know that you are currently under retainer from Miss Richter's daughter, but I would actually like to offer you more gainful employment, more permanent employment. Also, feel free to tell me no. I would gladly continue to hire you in a freelance setting, but I would like to offer you at least a modicum of a salary. However, it would require a little bit more direction from me.
How much more direction?
Probably more so than what I give L and Sark. They have been with the organization for quite some time and have earned some leeway from me.
How frequent is this? Are we going to be free to pursue other things and other obligations, or is this
if you were not on assignment, you would be more than willing or more than welcome to take and do anything as long as it does not work against the interests of this organization. I will give you time. Just know that this offer is limited, time limited. What I would like for you to do is to take the time, take the rest of the day and the evening at the minimum, maybe have a few conversations with my employees here, But also know that a no from me to me will not harm our relationship in any way. But the four of you have proven yourself very capable, and I like capabilities.
I do feel like I'm better at having customers than I am at having bosses.
And that is 100% fair, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But I won't take your answer right now. But what I will need is a few minutes of Sark and L's time alone, please. And just let me know when. It doesn't have to be a group answer. You can be individualist. But just let me know.
Well, thank you, Mr. Manager. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. And at that, the door opens.
I may change the glass over to the bar card.
I take the glass with me.
I finished it.
Oh, I refill it and walk out.
Throw
with
it down
Yeah.
and okay.
When you're done, Skald, please return that to the secretary out front, please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And as Patrice is walking out, I was gonna try to over his shoulder say, "Should probably change before you go see Frankie."
Oh man.
Oh, I wasn't sure if that was going to come back or not. So the door shuts, and the manager looks at the two of you and says, "Gentlemen, I have been extremely impressed with the work the two of you have done for me. I have something for you." And
We're off camera, but Dustin and I just did the heads up, look at each other like, "Oh, goody, can we get presents?"
And you feel a slight tug as your pendants are kind of gently lifted out from behind your shirts, and they're sitting there, and then they are rotated to where the reverse is sitting forward. And something that the two of you haven't really noticed before, because who looks at the back of a medallion, right? There are a multitude of little carve outs, little circular spaces. And you watch as from a drawer in his desk lifts up 2 rubies, and they kind of float in, and then they rest themselves into the stone, flush with the back of the stone. And they say, the medallion normally indicates rank, but as you know, with this one, there is nowhere up to go. But within my group of unique assets, this back is what gives you more and more access to certain things. And this is another level. I want to thank you for the work that you have done. And I hope that you understand the trust that I'm placing now in the two of you.
Sark just full martial arts, hands just deep bow. Does not have words at this point.
And just so you know, Elle, your mother has been moved, not for any other reason than the fact that we believe that she deserved a little bit higher standard of living. She is now in one of my former penthouses in one of my properties here in town. And that is hers until she decides otherwise.
And this time, Elle will stand up and give a full 90-degree bow. So, thank you, sir.
She has now been given a minder, and it's not what it sounds like. He is there purely for her protection and her aid. He is now fully in her employ. I hope that assuages any of the fear that you have had previously.
You got your mom a nanny.
And with that, gentlemen, I have nothing else for you. Continue on this route of investigation. I am very intrigued by these. Again, makes the air quotes with his eyeball hands. These ruins, these ancient sites. I would like to know more.
Would you like this report directly, or like holding out a folder that clearly is holding his full report of what happened.
Well, at this point, you don't report to anyone else but me on anything. You work for me.
I mostly meant, do you want me to hand it to you now or give it to her on the way out to give to you later?
I'm not too worried about the immediacy of everything. Give it in however you feel fit. If it's in chunks, in one long report at the end of all of this, I don't care. I have enough irons in the fire that I don't need to micromanage you. You give me the information as you need it, as you feel it's necessary.
Understood.
All right, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your evening, or the rest of your afternoon. And the door opens, and that's where we're going to take our first break. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Again, apologize for the technical difficulties, my dumbass feet, and just stick around. We'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back, everybody, to Campaigns and Concoctions, spilling, where we like to drink car bombs. That was impressive, Curtis.
So good.
Thank
I
you.
only have a few skills.
He's got a very big mouth and a flexible throat.
You gotta open up your throat and relax the jaw.
Yeah, you gotta unhinge your jaw like a snake.
That is one of my favorite things to drink.
That was tasty.
All right, fellas, what else do we have to drink?
Well, I'm the only one here, so I'll go.
Yeah.
So I made. I'm just gonna call it Up the Rock, because why not? Which might explain my kind of republicanism to everyone.
Yes.
So I did. It's the Equity Parts Manhattan build, but it is Jameson Midori because I wanted it to be green. So it's 2 ounces of Jameson, 1 ounce Midori, 1 ounce of Saint Germain, and 2 dashes of Peychaud's bitters.
Ooh, that sounds
And
quite
it
lovely.
turned out better than I thought. I was mostly just like, I'm putting Midori in something with Jameson because it's St. Patrick's Day. And I hope it's
I feel that Jameson's is a surprisingly agile whiskey that can do a lot of things, and I think it's better than people give it credit for.
For sure. I do think if we had like a cask, like one of the cask mates, where it had been aged, it finished a little different barrel finish on it, might have worked a little bit better.
This is what was in my bourbon. So,
But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
what else are we drinking?
Jared made a drink.
I made a drink.
Oh yeah, he did.
No, I didn't make. This is experiments.
Oh,
Sorry.
No, but tell us about your experiments.
Yeah, let's
Sorry.
do the experiments.
For some reason, I don't know. I was trying to figure out if we can make a drink with Jameson and Galliano. Curtis's face says hell no.
no,
But I'm trying to find use for the Galliano.
we all are.
It's like Suze.
Yeah.
No,
like Suze.
I think that's
Suze is
great
good.
food
That's
drink.
I don't think it's
not-
awful. I don't think
Two
it's
sessions
awful.
ago.
Anyway, this is Curtis a couple weeks ago made chai vodka with
That's not bad.
just tea bags and vodka.
With loose leaf chai, but I didn't do it.
Right.
Actually, friend of the pod,
Oh.
Devin, who's in the Discord,
Oh.
made the.
Hey, Devin.
Hey, Devin.
Well, Devin, I've been making drinks with your chai vodka.
Delightful.
Anyway, so this is a chai vodka espresso martini. I don't know if I'm doing really espresso, but it's like coffee. So it's 2 ounces chai vodka, 1.5 ounces of espresso or whatever I'm making because I don't have espresso machine. Half ounce of honey syrup and a half ounce of coffee liqueur. That's it. Shake it and it's delicious.
Oh man, I have got Guinness and cream.
The garnish on it, by the way, that you're not going to be able to see.
Here. I might be able to.
Oh, you can
It's got coffee beans and chocolate shavings on top of that nice thick foam.
Yeah.
And that's really like you gotta shake the hell out of a coffee.
Yeah, it's really good.
What do we call them? We don't call them espresso martinis. What did you want to call them? Coffee martinis? Didn't you have a different name for it? You hated something.
Cold brew. I mean, it's a cold brew
It's
or a
probably
coffee martini.
closer to-
Coffee martini.
Yeah, because if there's no espresso in it, it's not an espresso
Exactly.
martini. Yeah.
I was trying to make espresso with my French press.
And that experiment's also not a terrible base for
It's
something.
not.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
Jared's
really
onto
good.
something
It's
here.
really-
It just needs.
I was gonna say this
Oh,
is like watered down absinthe.
That's why I hate
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sitting
know,
here
right?
like this
It's
is
got-
great. This is fine.
you
It's
like
got
that?
that-
I mean, I think
But
it's
it's,
fine.
it's
So
different.
I
enough that I
so the
actually kind of like it.
Yeah.
you, okay, so I'll work with it. I don't
Yeah,
think it's awful.
you got to think more the anise, absinthe kind of stuff because it's not.
I don't think I would enjoy a Finnish cocktail based on that because the direction it's going to have to go.
Do
but-
it.
I don't know
Do
if
a
I'm doing
fucking
it.
Sazerac with that instead of absinthe.
Okay, we're workshopping. Okay, we're workshopping.
Okay.
Yeah, moving on.
All right,
Not go too long. All right. So, do we have anything else that we're drinking, or is that it?
I've remade my incredibly complex 3-part drink from last time.
And what is that again, Dustin?
Glass air and green spot whiskey.
Yeah.
Perfect. Also, if you notice that Dustin was not in the frame, it's just never going to happen, guys. So if you want to see Dustin, you better become somebody's homie so you can meet him in real life, because otherwise you ain't seeing his face.
I know there's at least one person not playing on the Discord who knows what I look like.
It's all good. It's all good. So with
Used to sit
that,
away from him will work.
I'm just drinking the black stuff for the rest of the night. So the door is shut. I'm assuming that Skjald has finished the whiskey by the time he got to the secretary.
Yeah, and he just drops it on his way by and says thank you.
Do you guys stick around and wait for Sark and L?
Probably not.
I mean,
We don't know how long they're going to take.
Patrice, we have some things to discuss.
Yeah.
Did
Let's
it?
go.
You and me,
Let's
I
go.
think.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's go grab a sandwich and.
well,
I would love your opinions as well. I just,
Oh, okay. We can come.
at this
I
point,
also have something to talk about. Sorry, go ahead.
at this point, lunch will be served in the canteen. But also, if you guys remember that you have been assigned somebody that stands kind of out, that conference room is yours while you were here, like while you were working, like you guys haven't been kicked out yet. So that space is yours. You have a maitre d' that has been assigned to you. So you have your choices. You can either go to the canteen or you can go to the conference room that has a spectacular view and a wonderful space. And then you can order food and discuss. So I leave that. I just want to make sure that your characters would know. I just want to make sure the players do.
Let's go back to the conference room where that guy that fetches us bacon sandwiches is.
done. Always done to eat bacon with you.
Yeah, it's growing on me. Like it's been good since the beginning, and every time I have it, it's a little better.
Yeah, it's grown on you, Patrice.
Yeah, it belongs. It belongs.
All right. So I'm assuming as soon as you see him, I have a feeling Patrice orders a bacon sandwich, right?
Bacon sandwich, please.
So
Two. And like,
let me tell you that I can get that. I can make that happen. However, we do have a plethora of other options that I would love to bring to you. Would you like me just to bring you a sampling of the lunch of the day as well as some bacon sandwiches?
Yeah.
That would be delightful.
Yes. I like new things. You can get weird too, by the way. If you have some like what you would consider to be odd or out of place, like eclectic, like weird stuff. I'm ready. I think I need to try some new things. I was instructed to.
I have something that I will bring specifically for you.
Thank you so much.
Can we get some rum in here as well, please?
Anything else? Cocktail, tea, coffee. What else would you like? Just rum?
Yeah, rum goes
Rum?
really well in coffee.
Rum?
Yeah.
Yes. Rum?
Yes, please.
All right. Well, I have been ordered to make everything available to you, and I know that there is a special rum that sits in the manager's personal stash, and you shall have it.
I knew I grabbed the wrong decanter earlier.
You got to get the dark one.
So he leaves.
I was talking. I wasn't paying attention.
The four of you.
Sorry.
The four of you enter the room, and at this point, it's fully day. Everything's light. Actually, let's see. I want to see if I can do this right, because I'm trying to try new things with our Riverside. It's fully light out, but as you look, the reason that the day had been a little bit darker and things, the clouds have hit, and as you sit, there is the gentle patter on the window and the sound of thunder.
Oh.
Pit pat.
Oh.
Pit pat.
We're never doing another combat again. We're just going to role play.
Yes. If we get enough ambiance, we don't have to fight ever again.
Right? Never have to do another fight ever again, Morgan. We'll just sit in RP.
How much is it windy out too? Can I see the streaks of rain like sliding across the window, collecting with other globules of rain? And as I watch it across the glass, like this is a whole new experience for Patrice.
No, it's not that windy, but you do see something of the same sort. So as it's hitting the glass, because the whole wall, is glass looking out into the lagoon, and as it just hits and rolls and just hit, it's thick and like it's a very distinct look, because like you've obviously been in rainstorms before, thunderstorms. You live on the equator, like it happens on almost a daily basis. However, sitting in this space where you're, about 15 stories above the ground, where you are watching the storm roll over the lagoon, and you just hear that thunder. It's very much that like South Dakota storm, right? That rolls over the Black Hills. Is that
the low clouds?
The low clouds, the huge thunderheads that have rolled in, and it's pleasant and lovely, and you just
into the Black Hills.
It's very nice.
It's a good time to be inside.
Mm-hmm.
But be able to see us.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
Like Thursday.
Yes.
Is there like the windows in this room? Are we facing like north-ish on either?
You're facing east at this point because you're looking out onto the lagoon.
Okay. So like not really. Can I face kind of towards Haven or no?
You can get there. So the cool thing about the space that you're in is almost every floor has a balcony. So you can open the door, and then as you look around, you can actually see that there's a way to enclose the balcony in glass. And then as you step out, you can look north towards Haven.
Okay. Uso is going to do that.
Okay.
So we have responsibilities.
Yeah.
Back home. I don't want to do anything that interferes with those responsibilities.
Yeah, it sounds like if the manager needs something important, that we'll be able to supply our services. If we're busy, or if we're not too busy with other things. I'm very much against like getting tied down. As Skjald said, like I think I'm much better at having clients than bosses.
Yeah.
Because right, so that's
I don't mind being on a retainer to someone who is a client.
right.
I don't want to be in the employ of anybody else.
And that's I view myself as being in the employ of somebody else right now.
Who's that?
Hayden.
Understood. So you can't get another boss.
Well, Levinar.
That's right.
Right.
Levinar.
Right. Sorry, we did all that. That was like a year ago, guys. I'm sorry. Right. Like, so, and I'm not willing to compromise that relationship personally. And I feel like, obviously, Patrice, you're an adult and you can make your own decisions, but I feel like you're
Thank you.
You're in. I know. Now I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to do. I feel like
I wouldn't have it any other way, really.
I feel like you're in. Right, like we're kind of in this, together.
That's the right kind of ambiance. I'm gonna tell you right now. That was beautiful.
Right. That is scald or Sid pouring some hooch.
Yeah, just pouring it up.
Green
little ASMR for you.
That was a good noise, by the way. That sounded quality.
I thought you hit a button. I didn't see the camera.
Yeah, it looked like you pressed the pouring a drink button.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. On the sound bar.
It's all me, baby. Apparently, I have a future as an ASMR creator.
That's amazing.
Your mic is crisp. Yeah, I am 100% in agreement with you. Let's just
and obviously that doesn't affect you, and that doesn't affect you. But I feel the obligation to Levinar, and I feel the obligation to
the people of Haven.
The
and
people
those around.
Right? Like if something happens and I need to go help protect the people of Haven, I'm dropping everything, and I hope all of you come with me. But I understand if you can't. But that has to remain my priority.
Also,
I'm not even taking another level of Warlock right now. Damn.
Also, we also under contract with Prosperin. I know we're not directly under her employ, but we are on a retainer with her.
Right.
I also feel obligated to her as well.
And that's, to Skull's point, that's a situation I'm much more comfortable with. And it's a situation that has some pretty nice perks.
Also, if I get a lead to find Shavat, I'm out. Like, that's my number one priority. I don't think I can give the manager my allegiance right now more than... I think I'm with you guys. I'm okay with contracting and being under a retainer, or if there's nothing else going on these missions with Skald and Sark and Al, but I don't think I can give him, truthfully, be under his call and beckon at any moment.
Good talk.
At this point,
we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
At this point, you hear and the door opens, and the maitre d' comes in and says, "Excuse me, madams and masters, but lunch is served." And those hotel trays that have the rotating top come in, and you see, as it's brought in, you see a tray of bacon sandwiches, obviously.
Yeah.
But there, right next to it, is a platter full of salmon with lemon. It is just beautiful, and it's just that scent hits you. There's next to it is some rice, and then there is also a roast pork belly dish that is there, crisp on the outside, gentle on the inside. It's perfect, along with some roasted potatoes and duck fat. Right next to, and there's also broccoli and an asparagus for options. And then,
I didn't hear anything after duck fat, dude.
Fair. If anyone happens to be in Grand Junction, Colorado, go to Taco Party and have their duck confit tacos. Props to a wonderful organization that is doing the things right in a great little city. So shout out Taco Party, sponsor us. Because if I can eat for free, I'm going to get fat.
Taco Party?
Taco Party.
Taco Party has the duck fat confit.
Yeah, that's the taco. The picture I sent you. So, and then right behind them is a cart that has a very familiar bottle on it. It is the bottle of the Haven rum But there's also a bottle of whiskey and 2 clear liquors next to it.
I pour a glass of the Haven rum for Patrice and myself. 11R.
And he taps it on the table because that's what we were informed to do.
You were taught.
I was taught
about chasing those spirits away.
Gotta protect the home.
And so as that goes down, Elle and Sark walk in.
I was gonna grab the whiskey off the cart and pour himself a glass as he walks past.
So, Elle, you would know this, but for everyone else, this is a special. The manager has a distillery here locally that sets aside and makes a special couple of barrels for him. You don't get this anywhere else. So this is a pretty special bottle that you can't get anywhere else.
He'd probably pour himself like a small splash of it just because it was free whiskey as he walked past, and then as soon as he takes a drink, you get the he'll have the recognition of what he actually put in his glass, turn around, whack back over, and pour himself like half a glass.
Patrice notices and goes and fills his glass with whatever you have.
I just imagine that like Sark walks in, looks at the beverage and food cart, and goes to sit down, and the maitre d' goes shit and runs out of the room real fast.
I know.
He runs out, and it's a fairly quick turnaround. And he comes back, and he actually has a fairly small bottle, one of those special ones. And he pulls out. You're not sure where, but he is wearing kind of like a double-breasted tuxedo jacket, and he reaches from behind. And he kind of lifts up the back, and he pulls out what looks like one of those shurikens, the small samurai swords, and he cuts off the top of a bottle, and he pulls out a flute and pours some bubbly for Sark.
Beautiful.
Sark instantly is like, "You're my favorite person," and like hands him a platinum piece, and just is like,
He puts the platinum piece back down and slides it right next to the remainder that's sitting in the cup bottle.
Sark is gonna forget it exists, just so I'm aware.
He does look at you and gives you a little sly wink and says, our boss is better than that, and walks back. And before he leaves, he gets right next to the door and says, mistresses, masters, if you have any questions about what is laid out before you, please feel free to ask. If there is something that, before I forget, my curly-haired friend, Master Patrice, if you would please take a seat.
I do that thing where you like flip out the back of your coat so that it looks cool as you sit down.
And you watch his left hand kind of goes behind his back, and he goes. And then someone comes in, and on a tray, what you see is this little white pedestal. It's maybe about 3 inches tall. It's filled with salt. And sitting on top of this salt is an eggshell, cut very much at the top. And sitting on top is some sort of like either a cream or a foam. And on top is these little round balls. And it sits down in front of you. And he gives you a very small spoon and says, "This is one of my most favorite things that I've ever had." Now this, I'm 100% behind this moving of the camera. So you take the spoon and you reach in and you get a little bit of the round balls, the kind of cream, and something underneath that is very kind of smooth. And you take a bite, and what you have is soft scrambled eggs with a like a kind of a creme fraiche with dill and tarragon, and then on top of it is caviar. And as you take a bite, this textural and flavor explosion is in your mouth. And it is one of the, like, it is nearly like you expect to see Levinar standing next to you. It's that kind of an experience. And as you eat all of it, it's not much. It makes maybe about 5 or 6 spoonfuls, but it is spectacular. This is a bucket list item, family, that I have been wanting to eat ever since I've ever seen it. It is a caviar egg from Jean Georges, who is a classic chef, and he's like, it's something I've been wanting to try, and so that is what you have to eat.
I was just gonna hand or just hold a lit cigarillo out for Patrice.
Patrice has his head like he's finished the thing and he's just staring at the ceiling, and he like fumbles around to get the cigarillo, puts it to his mouth, and takes a deep drag.
As the cigarillo is lit, the maitre d' walks out to the balcony and cracks open the window so the window can kind of push out a little bit, and there's a little bit of water that comes in, but what happens is that the smoke goes out, but there's this rotation of air, and you get this beautifully clean scent of the rain as it's hitting on the concrete and the glass, and mixed in with the sense of the food and the kind of, there's that space where you have after you've made what feels like a monumental decision, and it mixes in with the energy of that. And especially for the four of you who have made that decision about the employment with the manager, all of this just kind of places you in a sense of contentment and satisfaction. And despite the fact that you guys have seen some shit in the last 6.5 months, nearly a full year in the 8-month calendar of Libroth, you come to realize that you have found a space and found a place, not in a physical place, but here in this group. And there's an understanding that as this decision really kind of cohesively binds the 6 of you, because there is an understanding, and this meal seems to really kind of bring this space together. With that understanding, the sense and the experiences and the tastes, what are the 6 of you doing?
So you guys gonna take the offer?
No,
I can't.
None of us, all of us feel like we have other commitments, Al. Like other things that if unfortunately shit hits the fan or we get leads or callings, we've got to follow those, and we can't just drop everything for the manager. Those things will come first.
There's
Yeah,
definitely
Good. You two definitely shouldn't, and he'll gesture at Skald and Sid. And then look at the other two. You two could, but I don't think that's really a thing.
yes,
I'll put this out.
I'm
down for doing non-manager stuff because I really want to go get bloody.
I've got some people we could get bloody.
I'll go check and see if there's any word on that.
That'd be
And I'll
great.
get up and walk over to the maitre d'. I'm assuming he's still inside the doors.
He's just outside the door.
He'll stick his head out and just say, "Can you check and see if there's any progress on intel for
Scale.
any of the names that we put in for Skald Fellhand?"
I will ask, young master. And he walks off.
there's also a bunch of assholes kind of not threatening, but always threatening our home. I wouldn't mind seeing them with less ships.
Is that the same group that we got rich off of?
I don't. Out of character, is it? Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I could do with being more rich.
I can always find things to spend money on, particularly if it helps me kill a few in particular people, and by a few I mean 2 or 3 dozen.
do we need more ships?
More ships would be great.
Do we have enough to get more ships?
We do.
Well, we can take more ships from the people we don't like.
We can
yeah,
also
but
do
it
that.
would be easier to take them if we had some more.
We could buy 1 or 2,
That's what I'm thinking.
and then we could hire crews,
Yes.
and then we could go take as many as we want.
Patrice,
I thought we do it the other way around. We hire crews and then we go kill a bunch of people and put them on the ship.
I'm fine with
Patrice, I'm
that
just-
too. Yeah, that
seems
sounds
like more
great.
fun.
Yeah.
where we come from, we don't need to
I could
start.
use some
We don't
more
need
test
another ship to
subjects.
start with because where we
Yeah.
come from, most of the ships don't fly.
That's true.
We have quite the advantage if we want for stealing that first ship.
Do I get to jump into another ship?
Absolutely, buddy.
Of course, you're gonna jump from our ship into another ship.
I'm like, just
Potentially.
Come on,
Not
now.
stopping on the top. I mean,
Crater.
into.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You have to use the correct amount of sarks to
Yes.
go through the poop deck and not go through the hole.
As Patrice says that, I'll just go and cast enlarge on the Sark.
Skeld's
You might
like,
need to like feather Sark your way down.
I've thought about it several times.
Skeld sees Sark blow up to twice his normal size, and he goes, "Oh, that's a big fucking bite."
Do you like dags?
You like dags?
You like dags?
It's too bad we weren't recording during that campaign.
Sark looking all big goes,
Punchy
It's
fuck.
like the episode. You're like, oh, he's not talking about
can I
daggers.
do it again? And just like thinks.
Whether you can get, do you want to get bigger, Sark? This isn't big enough.
I want to punch a
Oh,
god.
Patrice.
What? Okay. Can we make
I
him
feel
bigger?
like bigger. Well,
So
I'm
I
not
will
wasting
say
it.
this: as you look up, as Sark has been enlarged, he can't stand up straight. He's so big that he's kind of hunched over in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 11'6".
I mean, he's not like punching our god in anything other than the shin. So
But if we did it again, he'd be twice that big,
I
right?
mean, I can't cast it again, but there's potions that do that. And if somebody
Sark
else
just
learns
reaches
the
in and
spell, we
pulls
can-
one out and is like, "Is it the right size?"
I think that yeah,
should we be outside?
yeah. But we
I'm
should
not
also
wasting this here, and puts it back in his.
Also, I'm not sure the floor can hold that much.
It's fair. Fair. I like the idea
There's a
of
reminder about
that.
outside.
This is it. 4 times or 8 times?
8.
Yeah.
8. Because it's a to the third power.
DM, correct me if I'm wrong, but Sid would not have seen storms like this at home. Like it has
No,
very-
because most the summers are very dry, and not a lot of, and then the winters are it's essentially southern Argentina, right next to the Antarctica. Like it's that kind, like the shores of the sea freeze. Like
Okay.
they call it the unfrozen sea, which is always kind of a ironic because most of the harbors are frozen in.
This weather is so bizarre to me. Never experienced something like this at home.
It doesn't rain there.
It rains, but not torrential like downpours that
Oh, Sid, this isn't torrential.
No.
This is a sprinkle.
Yeah.
This is
This-
the best like surfing across rooftop weather there is.
Oh, I bet.
the biggest rains we get maybe equal this. Maybe.
I've been on the water before where the rain was coming down so hard it felt like it was coming back up from the ocean.
I can't fathom.
That makes sense if it's coming.
Yeah.
How does everything
It's hitting
not
you from
just
top and bottom. There's no staying
wash
dry.
away?
No.
How does everything not just wash away?
Well, see, there's a wall of ice that goes all the way around the edge of the planet.
Sark is the one that looks at you and goes, "The fuck you talking about, boy?"
I'm just playing.
Okay.
We all know it's actually a serpent that goes around.
That's right. Yeah, duh. Turtles
It's
all the
not
way
a
down.
serpent. It's 4 dragons.
Yes. Each at cardinal locations.
So good.
And then it's turtles all the way down.
Obviously,
it's turtle all the way down.
Yeah.
So
That's science.
We love you, Theory Cracker.
Yes. That's
We do.
just science.
we do.
We do.
I think that the 4 of us are definitely better served by not serving the master. We would much prefer to provide services to the master.
The manager, not the master.
Manager, sorry. That makes more Freudian slip. Sorry. It's about that.
It is coming up on your day with Frankie, so.
Yeah, you know. Oh.
Frankie might be the master for Trace.
Maybe it's a Frankian slip.
Not.
Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. I've never heard of anybody named Freud, but I do know a Frankie. And you do slip a lot.
Frankie is damn sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
They're pretty great.
Thank you for getting their pronouns right. I appreciate that.
I'm trying, man. I'm doing my best.
Doing well.
Patrice is now lost in thought.
Whoops.
With I imagine that being that lost in thought, there is this slight lift of their mouth as they are kind of that kind of like smile as they think of pleasant thoughts.
It's not small. It's not slight. It's a shit-eating grin. It's a shit-eating grin. Patrice is not a subtle person.
No one would ever accuse him of that.
Never.
So as we all I think all stare at Patrice for a sec. Sid cracks her knuckles.
Kelly?
I could get some aggression out.
I used to know a guy.
No, I mean...
I think that's who we want to get aggression out.
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
People that used to know.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking something different.
He's just somebody that I used to know.
I know somebody for that, too.
Okay.
You want to punch a Gautier?
Yeah, that's right.
Still enlarged, just like
loving all of this.
I'm about the right size.
Oh, good. So
Okay.
good.
As you say that, a large wire off is only a minute.
I wish I could get away with it and I had the copyright stuff because fuck, that song is good. That is
It's a great song.
So good.
It's a great song.
Well, as this conversation kind of you got something?
Yeah, no. I think you misinterpreted me. And she grips her warhammer, raises up. I want to get this thing bloody.
Yeah.
Let's go fuck some shit
Yeah.
up.
Look, I'm just saying I've got a plan.
Okay.
And the plan involves a post at low tide where there's crabs, rope, and 10 broken fingers. That's all I'm going to say. And that's just for the first guy.
Let's go.
That feels unambitious for you.
You got to start somewhere.
I don't think it needs to be low tide.
Wait till we watch.
Okay.
Trust me.
Is the maitre d' back with any information yet?
Not yet.
I hear broken ribs are hard to breathe through.
They are.
Oh God, they are.
Yeah. Both from PC experience and player experience.
That's maybe my favorite. We made the DM cringe.
Right? Yeah.
Where Morgan just think about having a broken rib.
Done it a few times.
Sark's sitting there going a couple of the floating ribs just thunk thunk. Mm-hmm. Have fun breathing while you're screaming.
Yeah.
There's two things that have made it hard for me to breathe in life, and that have been broken ribs, and the reason that my nose was crooked. So
same, both and same. Yes.
I have one, and his name was Dustin, but not that Dustin. All right.
Is there anything else that you guys got going on right now? Or does this does it kind of devolve into just general chat and enjoying of the meal?
I feel like this devolves into some of them trying to figure out what Patrice is going to wear and where they're going to go for Frankie's.
Oh, so because I have a feeling with this party, all 4 bottles of booze are going to be empty. So you have the Haven rum, the special batch whiskey, and then the one next to it is the Librarth equivalent of sake from Sayo, which
fish, rice, sake.
So Sayo is a kind of Japanese-inspired town that is mostly dragonborn that we can talk about later. But then the other one is just essentially a really nice, clean vodka, which I'm assuming at some point the 6 of you are shooting it's water. So I just wanted to make sure that all got out there. And with that being said,
on fire.
we're going to take our next break. And We will be back in just a few moments.
Yay.
Welcome everybody to Campaigns Concoctions, where we like drinks that are mostly liquor.
Yeah,
I think that's the standard.
That doesn't mean we don't like brunchy drinks or tart drinks or seltzery drinks, but we also like drinks that are lots of liquor. Look at this one.
I like drinks.
So there is a. I know I generally try and stave off tangents, but I'm going to go on a tangent real quick. So I have a coworker, one of my fellow librarians at Colorado Mesa University, and he is a cocktail nerd as well. And he shared with me a book that I want to pick up that is about essentially the French culture of after work drinks, which is like low ABV, hanging out at the bar or at someone's house. And like, I want to institute this in my life. So we do, while we like mostly booze drinks, we also like the chill drinks. So what are we drinking?
I'll go first. I'm calling this I'm Not Irish, But You Can Kiss Me Anyway.
Oh!
I wanted to say this to people forever.
Fire.
I have no Irish blood. 1 ounce Irish Jameson, 1 ounce green spot, a half ounce of green chartreuse, 1/4 ounce of Galliano, orange peel expressed over the top, and stuck it.
Nice.
This actually came out really good.
Very nice. Can you send me the bill too?
Yeah, we had to mess with that one a bit.
I got a
we
really
got
good
it.
picture of it.
Good.
I made a drink that's in the Discord. It's called Just Dive In. It's 2 ounces of Batavia Ararat, 3/4 ounce of lime juice, 3/4 ounce of Midori, 1/2 ounce of pineapple juice, half an ounce of orgeat, a big slug of tiki bitters. You blend that all up with ice. I did a.
That's what that noise was.
Yeah.
I was writing my novel in Discord, so I only heard it peripherally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is quite the novel.
It is.
And then I bought a new toy. I bought a whipper, and so I've made 2 things so far with it. And the second thing I made was this Luxardo cherry whipped cream. So I just did 3 parts whipped cream to 1 part Luxardo cherry juice, and whipped that shit up, and I topped this drink with it, and then put a Luxardo cherry in the top. I think it tastes better if you mix it in and you make it look like mud. But I'm a huge fan of homogeneity, so whatever.
Do you like another brown drink?
I do. Look, ABC all day.
Another.
A lot of them are
Another brown cocktail.
Okay, I was like
ABD.
well, there's only one other word I can think of that starts with a C. That.
Oh.
Never mind. Yep.
Oh.
A C or a D. It's still
C or D. C or D. Yeah. Cocktail.
Wow.
Cocktail.
Yeah. Cocktail.
Cocktail.
That's what John was getting at.
Yeah. Clearly.
I made a drink, and
kind of
I don't remember when we did it because John was yelling at me across the bar, so he's going to tell you.
Oh, it's 1.5 ounces of Irish whiskey. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1.5 ounces ounce of Irish whiskey, ounce of mezcal, 1/2 ounce Benedictine, 2 dashes Peychaud's bitters, stirred, and then it says to strain over fresh ice. But why? When you could just not dilute it more and put it up in a coupe.
And I do think it would be worse if it was diluted more.
Yeah, I do too.
Chilled
It's called
Yeah.
the Good Cork.
No, this was not a chill cube.
I was gonna ask about that build. Now, just make sure you put that shit in the Discord so I can fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
And mezcal, it's essentially what I am. Irish
Yeah.
and Mexican.
Yeah, exactly.
And
We'll just
also
call it the Good Morgan.
more for you guys here.
Because John.
Yeah, Good Cork. It's called a Good Cork.
A good cork. Oh, Good Morgan works.
Ooh.
A good DM.
Thank you. I'm feeling very good about today's session, so that's why I'm letting things go. Like we have done some really good RP, so I'm very happy. So let's fucking be unserious.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Do we have any other drinks that we can share and talk about?
Yes.
We kind of went nuts. So
Go for it. Normally,
Everyone got excited.
Yeah, right.
I have a spin on what was called the Crocodile. I found a deck of cards that has a bunch of recipes on it, and I pulled out green ones, and Crocodile was one of them. This is now the Cayman, because we modified it.
It's not quite green.
and it's not Irish whiskey. Man, I missed my rum tonight.
Yeah, no, there's 2 types of rum in that, too.
2 types of overproof rum.
That's a lot of overproof rum. It's delicious.
There's a ½ ounce of blue Curacao, ½ ounce of Don Q151, ½ ounce of Plantation OFTD, ½ ounce of orange juice, ½ ounce of homemade sour mix.
How did we make the sour mix? Lemon juice and simple syrup?
So it is a, hang on, 1-to-2 ratio of sugar to water. So
Okay.
this was half a.
So it's a half sim. Yeah.
So it was just under. So it's less because I did less. It's just under ½ a cup of sugar to 1 cup of water to 1 cup of lemon juice to ½ a cup of lime juice. But the weird thing I did was I put
Zest.
lemon and lime zest in the water and sugar first when I warmed it up to stir it, and then into the juice after. So there's extra.
And it made a difference. It really did. It's some really good sour mix. If you've never made sour mix, try it. Put it in things. It's great.
fun.
It's not the shit you buy from the store.
Yeah, do not buy it, make it.
That's why I made it.
Yes.
And then
Everything from scratch, y'all.
Yes.
and then a 1/4 ounce of orgeat syrup because the card said a dash, and we all went, "Huh? This sounds right."
You can't dash syrup.
You can't dash or
No.
shot specifically.
You can blurp it.
Maybe
You can't dash it.
maybe
Right.
a bar spoon.
You can meh.
Yeah.
You can fuh.
Yeah. You can.
You can oh yeah.
You can.
You can shit.
And then
You
it's,
know, you can dash it. Yeah.
it's shaken, and then I dirty dumped it because they're like, "Add ice on top." And I went, "Why the fuck am I wasting the good ice?"
Yeah.
So that is the Cayman.
It's pretty good too.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
not
good.
just pretty. It's quite
It's
nice.
very tasty.
It definitely turned out like Baja Blast Blue.
It's a
It
little
is
bluer.
fully
It's a-
Baja Blast.
No,
Blue.
that's see. I
maybe a little bit more green.
It's
Maybe a little
more-
bit more green.
yeah,
than it
it's-
would be
it's
like
more-
yeah, but it's still pretty damn good.
It's close.
Yeah,
It's close to
it's
a Baja
very
Blast.
close.
Okay. Anything else?
I made one. I actually made a drink this time.
You did make a drink.
It was good.
Dustin made a drink.
This was because
Wait.
Should we pan the camera over closer to Dustin, but not onto Dustin?
Yeah, just not on him.
Just onto his drink.
that's down there.
To everyone who is watching, this is the most ridiculous thing we've ever done. So thank you for being patient. We love you.
So this was when we were tossing around ideas for Matt's first drink that he made. We were trying to figure out what the third thing should be, and I decided, since he didn't make it, I wanted to know what it tastes like. So I am naming it after one of my favorite colloquialisms that I've learned. So it's named "Acting the Maggot."
Nice.
Just
Love it.
nice.
basically fuck around.
Yeah.
It's 2 ounces Jameson, 3/4 ounce Midori, and ½ ounce Tingala. And that's it.
Love it.
Stirred with ice, strained and dumped.
Perfect.
It's
Okay.
a mood altering substance, that's for sure.
It is indeed.
Good.
Also, if I'm gonna get a little bit behind baseball right here, if you guys wouldn't mind pushing the camera a little bit
Towards
that
Jared.
way towards Jared.
We also
Perfect.
need to be in our own third.
Right there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a nerd a little bit when it comes to this stuff. Sorry. I work
I've
hard
been
for
trying. They moved slightly from the last time they were in position.
No, you just know what you're doing, Morgan. It's okay.
it. It's fair.
We're
It's fair.
breathing people, Nate.
No, see what we
That's how
need
should really work on that.
Yeah.
gimbal cameras that allows me to control it, and then we're on, right? So, is there anything else that we're sharing besides? I see you guys eating delicious snacks, and I fucking hate
We got
you.
chocolate.
I don't
we got
robot Overlord Morgan camera. That sounds scary.
Right.
we got soda bread from Trompo. We have some sake sourdough from Taste of Denmark Danish bakery over by Jared and me. And we got some Kerrygold butter that you do not skimp on when you put that shit on. It's better than ice cream, is what John said.
Lather it.
Show Dustin's piece of bread. That is the proper amount of butter to go on your soda bread. Oh, you can't even see it with the whiteness.
No,
it's you got to move it off the paper. You can't see it unless you move it off the paper.
Shockingly enough, our St. Patrick's Day episode is the whitest thing that's ever happened to this podcast.
Like that. Yeah.
The correct way to do it is the amount of butter should measurably increase the height of the bread.
Yes. Also, you should not be able to see any bread through the butter.
No.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. So, as your meal continues, the wonderful, crisp, clean scent of the rain continues to waft in, mixed with the sense of the food and that gorgeous scent of those high quality cigarillos that you guys have purchased from Edwards back in Haven. It just all wafts in and creates this kind of smoky, loving ambiance that you guys have in this conference room. You guys hear, and the maitre d' enters in and says, "Madams and masters, there has been word and information sought out for multiple of you. But the manager wanted to ensure that you enjoyed the rest of your evening and afternoon. And so he requests your presence at noon tomorrow for lunch. And he would ask that you arrive promptly and that you enjoy the rest of your day.
Lunch.
It's not breakfast for you.
It's a big fan of lunch.
Can I fit brunch in before 12?
If you try hard enough.
Should I try hard enough?
Yes.
Yes.
God damn it! I don't want to roleplay this right now. I
don't think I got enough time to
right now, Curtis. Okay, God damn it!
No, you're right. You're right. I also
will, and I will.
I won't. I won't. It sounds difficult, and I'm a little tipsy.
You know what? Let's fucking do it. Now's the time to do it. Now's the time.
Let's go. We're there and scene.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? So the meal. You guys are kind of wrapping up that meal. I need Elle. Can I get you just to roll a d20 for me real quick? No modifier, nothing. Just a d20.
Yeah! I called it. Motherfuckers!
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
He rolled a 1.
Oh, I
I rolled a 1. We're drinking. I don't care if it's not a ability check.
That's some good shit.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Okay. So here's how this works, Elle.
And not good plastic.
Not good plastic, like rotten plastic.
Yeah.
So culturally, you understand that in Tinkermere, at the end of a meal, there is some sort of drink afterwards. Like you've seen it, like the little drinks, but you don't know, because you've never been a part of that crowd before. You've only kind of seen it from afar. So you walk up and you grab the bottle of sake from Sayo and you pour shots for everybody. This is a super high ABV sake. And so you encourage everyone to take this shot and it just goes down. And I need everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Yes.
Hey, I succeeded on that earlier. Let's see how we do now.
Ooh. Good thing I upped that.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
What'd you roll?
Okay, hang on. So as Sid does this, you see a copperish
Such a good thing.
glitter
Oh my God,
come out
really?
of her mouth and inhale through her nose. Right? You said Constitution saving throw, right?
Constitution.
What are we doing here, guys? I need context. I can't see.
Drink, motherfucker.
Sark rolled an out 1.
Sark rolling that one on a
And again.
Constitution.
Hey!
Sark can't drink.
Hey!
Sorry.
Oh,
You
Lord.
gotta remember, I am not there. I need more context.
I know.
Sorry.
I apologize. I didn't expect Jared to start talking, but after the natural one was rolled, I instinctively raised my glass.
Right.
I want to use my new spell.
Use
a
your new
natural
spell.
reaction.
I can't.
No, you're not. Jared, no, you're not. There's a thing that's going to happen. Stop.
Okay. I succeed anyway, but.
Yeah, Sark said a natural one.
I got a 15
Okay.
Dirty 20.
because I now get a +7 to Constitution.
Well, the +1.
Mine is
Thank
ridiculous.
God.
I
I would
got
try to give
a
myself another
well,
+4 to my
26
20.
Constitution saving throw.
But it's a save, not a
Yeah, I thought in a check. Yeah.
not a check.
So Sark actually does drink this thing, right? His body is not ready for it. It doesn't know how to metabolize this thing. So
Yeah, noises. Sounds like a dial-up modem.
Yeah.
what happens to
Surviving the dying
he
Dyson
takes a
vacuum
shot, right?
Fair.
He's hanging out the side of a red pickup truck, puking.
Right. Yeah.
No,
On the side of the highway,
Sorry.
California.
That was at least
That was
two.
that
if
was
not
not
three.
a yeah. That was not in
Third one is
California.
what killed me.
I know where that shot happened.
Yeah, because it was your partner's fault.
Oh,
Becca made you shots.
understood.
Becca highly encouraged me after I was having a rough day and was less resistant to the idea
Fair.
of being
And
shamed.
it's also very difficult to say no to Becca. It really is.
Yeah, I mean she's pretty convincing.
I know you don't listen to this, but just for some random reason, if you do, hi, we love you, and we want to have you here on as a guest.
Yes.
Absolutely, that'd be great.
So,
Oh man, she's still not gonna do that.
No, never. Not even once.
Matt, she agreed. Remember?
Oh, she did agree. No, I forgot that she agreed.
So, after this shot, y'all watch as Sark in his kind of wooden metallic frame all goes loosey goosey and kind of slides down and just kind of ends up under the table. I had a place that this was going to go, and I've completely lost it now. Oh, that's right. The maitre d' comes in. So you guys hear the knock, and the shot has happened, and he tells you about the lunch with the manager. And so I now leave you, the six of you, for the rest of the day. At this point, it's about 2 p.m. The rain is hitting. We're going to hit that one more time because why not? It's gorgeous. You're sitting there as the God, that feels so good, doesn't it?
This is the perfect sound effect to just shut this table up.
It is.
Yeah. Right. It's like any time we're talking too much, you should just put the rain on and all. Just be like,
We're gonna be good. Yeah.
So you're
And
sitting
then
there.
we can all say, "Here comes the rain again."
I can tell it's St. Patrick's Day because we are fucking silly, right? So this is hitting, and the 6 of you are sitting there. Well, the 5 of you are sitting there. The robot is underneath the table. I will leave it for you as whatever you want to do. Let me know if you guys want to converse, whatever, and then we will roll from there. Oh, no, I'll see if you guys remember what I told you guys on break. Matt knows. Matt remembers.
I remember, and the other person who wanted to talk to me about it is now under the table making silent modem noises. You know.
So, Nate, give me a Constitution saving throw. We'll see if you can recover.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. So, honestly, this kind of works, right? So you hit it and it takes you out, and you sit there for a couple of minutes and you hear the conversation. There's some talk between Patrice and Skjald and SOA about the different ships that they have sailed on, and then all of a sudden it feels like your body just metabolizes everything really quick. It's gone, and Nick, you were instantly sober, and you go back and you sit back up, and you're ready to go.
Sark sits up into the table as this happens, remembering stuff, and goes, "Bam, son! Fuck, that's new." And then climbs up into his chair, and it is like, "You knew something about the Walker sisters, who had a agent in here."
I've heard of them. It's
when they're comparable to the, I'm forgetting his name.
Richter.
The god of necromancy. Richter and his family. With how much benevolence we should give them, they are of immediate concern.
It's fair. I only really know stories. There are places in this world that I believe are safe for you, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from. Haven's one of those places. It's why I work to protect it. It's why it being one of those places is how my family and my people ended up there. And we hear tales of people who travel, and we keep track of them. And this Hillsborough, this place that the Walker sisters come from, is similar. They're also looking to help and protect those who maybe don't have anywhere else to go, which is what Haven was at one point and what Haven should be. And that's it, but it's something that I heard from my father, and just a tale that a sailor told in a tavern that we heard about. I didn't know if it was real, but I think if your employer is familiar with these people, it's probably a very real thing.
So I feel like safe is debatable in this case. There were like 15 people that got eaten by blobs in Haven in the week we were there.
I think that's, I don't know if Haven's necessarily still that. I think that's what Haven should be. And I think that's what Haven once was. At least that's what Haven was for my family back when.
I mean, we did kill the blobs that ate the people, or were the people.
Yes, both.
Yeah.
Both and.
So it is safer
both
now.
and. It's a both. Yes, and. Yes,
It's a
and.
both and situation.
Yeah. The blobs we killed. You know the ones.
We counted
They used to be people.
eyeballs and teeth and other appendages.
Blobs.
It was like
episode
2 or 3.
the ones that I used to make these, and he pulls out a symbol
Jesus Christ.
skull that he has in the back of the
Yuck.
building.
Yeah, I
That's
just made a Constitution save, man.
I succeeded.
It's just bone. I mean, they used to be people, but they're not anymore.
They definitely are not anymore.
Guess away.
I think we agree on they are not people anymore.
Can you please roll a history check for me?
It's an 11 because SOA is not. Yeah, 11.
Are you proficient? No.
So you're not sure why. Like, you can't justify the feeling that you get as Elle talks about the lack of kind of like the current state of Haven, and as you discuss the things about like what Haven should be, what it was in the past, you kind of instinctually understand what Haven, like I'm not going to even explain, like Matt, I know you know what I'm talking about, so you instinctually know those things, right? Like it feels that way. So
I mean, we could probably make Haven safe like that again. Probably have to kill a lot of people to do it, but it's doable.
I'm down to go kill those people, L.
All right. Just start making a list.
I got fucking marooned. I know who's responsible. I know who's threatening my city. Let's go.
Make us a list and we'll go fucking kill some people. We don't have any leads on his people yet. Oh wait, I think we do. I think that's what we're getting tomorrow. I don't know. We're gonna go get a lead to kill some people tomorrow.
Does that mean I can try and sink some ships that I get to jump into?
Only
Also,
if
we need
your
a
lips are loose.
new way to retrieve me. If I'm
He doesn't
doing
have
that.
lips.
You don't have lips.
I can
Where's the me?
swim down and get you.
He doesn't breathe either. It doesn't matter. He can walk back. It'd take a while, but it'd probably be easier to drop like an anchor or something for him to climb up.
I feel like we've got a lot of rope.
Al is very clearly not sober right now.
We do have a lot of rope.
I mean, it's not like the ocean can be that deep, right?
I'll get the fucking rope. I'll get the fucking. There's a rope right here.
Rope. All right. Is there anything of consequence that the rest of you guys want to talk about for the rest of the day?
Where are we right now?
You guys are still in the conference room.
Yeah.
Still in the conference room.
It's still raining.
Still raining.
So good.
I think Skeleton is looking like he's talking a lot less than normal. He's looking like some combination of like apprehensive, agitated, but also like he's waiting and ready for something, you know, like
What the fuck was that for?
like there's like an underlying sort of like simmering excitement for something, but he also looks sort of pissed off and sort of annoyed all at the same time. And I think he's like not just being quiet, but he's like sipping with purpose. Is the only way that I could put it. He's sipping with purpose on his coffee and booze.
Okay.
And he is still drinking coffee regardless of what time it is. And that coffee is heavily dosed with rum and or whiskey.
Rum.
Yeah.
Anything else that you guys want to do?
In response to El noticing that, he's just going to hand him the bottle of vodka and just say, "You look like you need to drink more."
I either need to drink more or I need to kill more.
You're
probably
very
both.
quiet for you.
Yeah, it's weird for all of us, isn't it?
All right.
Do you need to talk about something?
Or kill about something.
We can't leave for that till tomorrow. The boss won't give us information. We're supposed to relax.
Let's sleep about something, and then
You're right.
we can talk about.
We've been
something
told to
and kill about
relax.
something.
I'm not going to talk about it tonight. We'll talk about it another time.
Good. Drink more.
I grab the bottle. I take a very healthy and or unhealthy, depending on your view of it, slug out of it and pass the bottle to SOA.
If it's vodka, it's unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where's the rum?
the day continues.
I'm assuming we've already finished the whiskey and the rum.
Yeah, the whiskey and the rum are gone. Why is all the rum always gone?
Everyone is getting, or at least the people who are drinking are getting pretty annihilated. But the day goes on, and you guys go down for the evening. Sit.
Yes.
Dream time.
Yay!
You hit your head hits the pillow, and in your somewhat stupid state from the amount of booze, you're not expecting much. You're expecting the shit sleep that you get from a drunken state, right?
Yes.
However,
Yes, correct.
Passed out, not asleep. Passed out.
you find your eyes opening, crusted. Your vision is hazed. You reach up and you wipe away from your eyes, and what you see is the inky blackness of space. And as you look around, you find yourself lost in nothingness. I need you to roll a perception check for me, please.
Hell yes. It works. So I found my black die and it worked. That is 17 plus 8?
That's 25.
25.
So as you look around, eventually you just kind of, at first you're looking around and you're just kind of spinning in a 360, and then you look up, and above you, you see a black that is so black that is nearly unnatural. And then as you watch, it unslithers itself, and then you see the scales and the rickety and the toughness, and then you see eyes open, carrying this red, burning desire for chaos and anarchy. And then the next thing you know, you are being drawn towards it.
It's pretty hot.
As you were closer, drawing closer and closer, you hear a deep voice, and it says, "Life is nothing.
Oh.
Death. Embrace it." You are encircled by this scaly blackness. And as you continue to spin and spin and spin and spin to the point where you lose all control and all essence of who you are, you wake. You realize that you were laying in the bed that the manager has given you covered in sweat. You realize that you have these new spells, these new powers that are indebted, that have been implanted on you. And that at this point, you have no idea what the fuck is happening to your body. You feel this raised burning on these implants of your body that have been implanted on you by your government, and you look down and you see that your body is now taking on this form of black scales that is burning onto your flesh, and it hurts, but you don't know how to stop it. Eventually you take a deep breath and it begins to cool, but the scales remain. And that's where we're going to pick up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this adventure of cooperative storytelling. Fucking, I killed that shit right there. I'm super proud of that. If you want to join us in a more I don't know, the live way, click down below. You can find us on Instagram, on Discord, on all the things. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you are listening to us on a podcast, thank you so much. Anyone got anything before we go?
I rolled a natural 20 on a check that I made my character do.
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
Happy St. Patrick's!
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Aaron Galbraith, and I hope all of you have a wonderful time. And until next time, drink well.
Drink well.
Drink well.
That's so good.